David Dobrik's worst nightmare happened this week when Trisha Paytas and Jeff Wittek got together for each other's podcast. First, Jeff did Just Trish, and then they switched and did Jeff FM, and they talked about everything. From updates on the David Dobrik lawsuit, recutting the documentary on his accident, responding to a creator who called Jeff out, and his decision to step back and take some time off from podcasting. It's a mess, so let's get into it. Last week, Trisha posted a Just Trish episode with Jeff Wittek, and I have to say, the dynamic between the both of them was very much exuding frenemies vibes. They're both complete polar opposites, but somehow it just seems to work.
I think my skull, I have a really big head, so I don't know.
I got like a dent in my head.
From what? From the excavator?
No, from sleeping.
Really?
No, yeah, from the excavator.
They just have this way of getting each other to talk about things that they normally wouldn't talk about, starting off with Jason Nash. They were talking about how they genuinely love what they do and how they've always had their own thing going on and how they didn't need anyone to put them on like the Vlog Squad needed with David. And Jeff brought up Jason Nash and his new career of begging on TikTok.
You got kids and a family, your set's right here in the house and it's fun for you and you can tell you're enjoying it. It's not like forced content.
Yeah.
Like when you see people like they really don't want to make content and they're forcing it, like if you look at lives or something, sorry to say his
bleep
name.
the name, it's fine, we can talk about it. We'll
Yeah,
just bleep the
but
name.
if you see him on like a live stream, like you see the pain in him. He's like, I'm struggling. And he's like, I'm going to lose my house.
It's sad. I mean, I just feel sad. I don't feel anything. I'm like, this is sad. I mean, for him, because he's sad. And
why would you feel for him? He didn't give a shit about you.
Right.
But,
And I guess Tana was watching Just Trish because she also put out her own video on Jason Nash and his new career.
Listen to me, wherever you are right now, whatever is changing in your life, sometimes I feel like in the world, it feels like things aren't always present, like things are always changing. But just know, this will help you sleep at night, that wherever you are and whatever's changing, Jason Nash is somewhere on live panhandling for money, okay?
The best part is, when Tana posted this video, people were commenting saying Jason was literally the video above hers begging people for galaxies.
This will help you sleep at night, that wherever you are and whatever's changing, Jason Nash is somewhere on live panhandling for money.
Did? Yeah, you lose your mind a little bit.
Eventually, the conversation between Trisha and Jeff got a bit more serious as Jeff started opening up more about his accident. There's a lot of people out there who still put blame on Jeff, saying that he chose to go on the crane and no one forced him to get up there, but Jeff has made it more than clear that he didn't know David was going to do that. Jeff now knows that David wanted to swing him off of the excavator for a bit for his vlog, and he had no idea what David had planned for him.
basically what he did was, it's like, say your friend pulls up in a brand new Ferrari, and he's like, yo, check out my new car, hop in the passenger seat, let's go for a ride. I put on my seatbelt, and he just does 150 in a parking lot and slams my side, and I get brain damage, and he's fine.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a little different. Like, I got on a rope, but I was not told that that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, David says, it's only funny when people get hurt.
Yeah, he wanted it to happen that way, yeah.
He likes a little, when people get a little hurt for his videos.
And it's not like David was some teenager when this happened. He was 24 years old. There's no way that David didn't know Jeff was going to end up getting hurt. Let's just say the stunt went according to David's plan and he successfully swung him off the excavator into the water without hitting him on the side of it. He still would have been hurt, maybe even more hurt. That water was only a few feet deep, and with how fast and high David was swinging him, if he hit the water at that speed, he easily could have broken his neck and been left paralyzed.
It was 2 feet of water,
Yeah.
Either way, I'm getting, seriously hurt in that situation. So, I agreed to do something, but it changed to something else.
Jeff also talked about all the posts he made last month about David still being supported by Snapchat. He said when he was posting all of that, he was in a manic state because he was dealing with the consequences of David's actions. He was going through all these different surgeries and was hit with the reality of what he'll have to go through if he wants to improve his vision.
Mike Malek also telling you, are you worried about your tweets and stuff and telling you to kind of let the stuff go with David?
When I was manic, yeah.
Were you manic?
Yeah, I was manic because I just had a doctor's appointment and I'm dealing with lawsuit and it's stressful. So, seeing him in like Paris showing off his hotel room, and I'm in the doctor's office getting told like the nasty procedure they have to do now, where they're like, this time we're going to try putting a metal cone to push your eyeball forward, and that's going to sit in your eye for the rest of your life. And I'm like, that sounds like it sucks.
Well, David is traveling the world with Snapchat, getting paid more money than any of us will see in our lifetime. Jeff is having to pay for his surgeries out of pocket because of what David did to him. He also went into deeper detail about Natalie forging his signature. Last month, when Jeff was going off on David and Snapchat, he also revealed that Natalie had forged his signature while he was still in the hospital on an accident report that she drew up.
After the accident, I was like so screwed up and just processing what happened, and they were trying to get me to like fill out this paperwork and stuff because they needed like an actual accident report to get me on that like bullshit workers' comp, which is bull.
It's almost like they didn't have any repercussions. They kind of were just like, Jeff looks crazy, you look unhinged. So now it's kind of like rolling into you, right? Like with the tweets. So I got
wait till
frustrated.
trial when that comes up and it's a paper that is in Natalie's girly bubble handwriting. It's definitely
What's it
I
say?
write like chicken scratch.
Yeah.
So my signature. It looks terrible.
Oh, she forged your signature.
Yeah.
Actually.
And said that I was driving the crane. David had nothing to do with it.
I mean, that's like a serious crime to forge someone's signature.
He also said Natalie was always questioning why he needed all these surgeries and would try to almost like gaslight him into thinking his eye looked fine. She even went as far as saying that Jeff got on that crane because Jeff had a crush on her and he apparently was trying to impress her.
She was so cold to me. She would be like, why do you need another surgery? Your eye looks fine. Like,
oh my God.
Yo,
she's evil.
And she also said that I got on the crane to impress her because I had a crush on her. I'm like, yo, you people are delusional.
I've heard a lot of bad things about Natalie, but this just goes to show you how far this whole friend group will go to try and cover up their crimes. He also revealed that David is not only trying to push the case back even further, but he's also trying to get it thrown out altogether.
It's probably so much more that will come out, and but it can't be dismissed, right? The case can't be dismissed.
Who knows? I don't know this stuff. I've never been in a lawsuit.
They're just pushing it. They're not trying to get it dismissed. They're just pushing it, so they're hoping you run out of money.
No, they're trying to get it dismissed. They want it thrown out. They're like, this is stupid. Like, but you're don't owe him anything. He's fine.
And that has to be so stressful. Knowing if David has a good enough lawyer, he could possibly get himself out of this lawsuit, and knowing that he has the funds from Snapchat to continue paying this lawyer for as long as he wants. Lawsuits are draining mentally and financially, and especially in this situation, since Jeff is also forking out money for his own surgeries and having to deal with the toll that takes as well. It's a lot to handle, and for the most part, it seems like Jeff has a ton of support both from the viewers and other content creators, except for one. Last week, a clip started circulating of someone named Andrew Schultz ridiculing Jeff for still talking about his accident. He said that Jeff needs to get over it, stop talking about it. He put blame onto Jeff.
Is he still crying about that, dude? Why is that guy still crying about that? I got hit by a crane and I'm blind now. It's like, get over it.
Bro, what?
And Jeff addressed him on Jeff FM with Trisha, and he said that he's never experienced this level of disrespect from a creator on such a public level before when it comes to his accident.
I've never had an actual person, like a peer or somebody, like a public figure, come out and say some really disrespectful, stupid ass shit that,
And I thought that this was maybe just some random creator that Jeff has never met before and has like no connections with, but it turns out they've met before and were friendly with each other.
Do you know him? Do you guys know each other?
We've met, yeah. I went to his show, posted about him, supported him.
Now they're wondering if Andrew is a David Dobrik stan, since the set he has with all his friends fake laughing at all his jokes is very much giving the Vlog Squad.
This is so David Dobrik quoted without the laughing and his friends laugh. It's like, don't laugh at your own jokes.
Laughing.
Yeah.
His fake laugh.
But moving on, Jeff also gave an update on his documentary. A few months ago, Jeff said that he deleted the original documentary from his channel because that was him protecting David. He said he was going to recut it so it told the full truth and then repost the updated version back to his channel, but Jeff has since changed his mind. Instead of recutting the old documentary, he's now going to film an updated one to show what's happened since then and where he stands today.
I said I was going to recut the documentary with like the David situation.
Yeah.
We're doing it in more of a way of like a sequel of like where I'm at now in my life and just a lot of stuff that's going on. So, because I don't want it to be so like that documentary was fake. It was like, oh, you go skydiving and we're even.
It's like propaganda.
We're just trying to make him look like a decent person, but you know, him now.
That's wild.
And the comments on both Just Trish and Jeff FM are filled with support from viewers telling Jeff to never stop talking about what David did to him. At the end of the day, David's actions caused an injury that altered Jeff's entire life. It affected him financially, it affected him mentally, it affected his health. It would be one thing if David actually felt some remorse and handled the situation properly from the very beginning, but the fact that he worked so hard to try and cover things up and silence Jeff tells you all you need to know about David. Other creators have been canceled and taken themselves off the internet for far less. Meanwhile, David is out here making a killing on Snapchat, traveling the world, buying houses and cars, and still has the support from his fans who think he can do no wrong. Now, after Jeff posted his episode with Trisha, despite people telling him to never stop talking about what happened, Jeff released a statement and said he was going to be taking a step back. He said he's going to be taking some time off from making content to focus on himself and for the sake of the lawsuit and his overall well-being. He pinned a comment under the episode which reads, "Thank you all for watching and supporting. This will be the last episode. Sorry for the abrupt ending. I just can't keep on my poker face anymore. I've been struggling and I don't think it's smart to share so much on the internet anymore. I'm going to focus on spending some family time and focus on trying to make things I'm proud to create. Also, I should stop talking so publicly until I get my health and lawsuit taken care of. This is an online drama. It's my life and I'm clearly struggling at the moment. I'll see y'all when I see you." And although it's never nice to hear that someone is struggling, it's good to see that Jeff actually recognized that and made the decision to take a break. During the episode that Jeff posted this under, Trisha was talking about her breakdown that she had after her time with the Vlog Squad and how she had to pull herself out of that place and seek help and do the hard work in therapy to get to where she is today.
You were at such a low point, and now you came back and rebuilt your life to, you know, look at you living in this house. You have a great husband and a family, and it's not that long of a time that you turned everything around.
5 years.
Can you give me some advice?
Okay, I actually have to go to a therapist. I actually have to figure out what's wrong with me and how to like deal with triggers, because the whole world will trigger you. You know,
so
David.
Therapy was a big help.
Yeah, I did DBT, which is like a therapy classes for borderline. It's like a personality disorder more than anything. There's not medication for it.
So hopefully Trisha maybe inspired Jeff to also take care of himself. It's not healthy to be dealing with a lawsuit and health issues and surgeries and then come online and see creators like Andrew Schultz telling you to get over it and putting blame on you and having to constantly defend yourself. It's probably better for the outcome of his lawsuit if he doesn't mention anything online either. You never know what picture David's lawyer could be trying to paint when Jeff talks about David, so choosing to take a step back is probably the best thing that Jeff could do right now. I personally think there's so much more to come out, and we're probably only hearing like not even half of what would be presented at a trial. Every time Jeff opens up about his accident and reveals new information like Natalie forging his signature and her questioning why he needs more surgeries, I just become more shocked and disgusted. You just know there's a good reason why David is trying to prolong this trial for as long as he can. I think Jeff made the right decision by taking a step back because this seems like a lot to deal with. But let me know what you guys think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.